What's up guys, it is Joe here once again for Aeterno UK today, and welcome to the Istanbul Park circuit for round number 2 of the F1 2011 career mode, season 2 of the Ultimate Career, and we are back in our Williams once again. And as you can see, we're here for the Turkish Grand Prix today. It is round 2 of 10 for the 2011 season. Yes, we've cut the 2011 season down to just 10 races, just so that I can get on to the 2012 season and 2013 seasons. As you know, I'm a little bit pushed for time at the moment, and seeing as the Ultimate Career has been going on for such a long time, I've decided it's probably best to just cut this season down to 10 races. 2012, I think we're going to go back up to 20 races, but I hope you guys understand, and seeing as the 2011 game was probably the weakest of Codemasters games, I decided it would probably be best to just go with a half season. As you can see, we've got some stats on screen now. The 2010 race stats show that Robert Kubica won the race for Renault, and we took the pole position, but we were unable to convert it even into a podium. We were only able to manage 6th place. But the Istanbul Park circuit is one that I really do thoroughly enjoy, and we're here for the final time. Obviously, it was removed from the 2012 calendar, and without further ado, let's get on with the 2011 Turkish Grand Prix. It's time for qualifying. Right then, here we are in qualifying 1, closing off a lap, and we've already set a banker time, in fact, in this session. It's good enough for second fastest, but we've decided just to get back out there and really just put a few laps on the board. As you guys will probably know, I've been spending quite a bit of time playing F1 2014 in the past few weeks, seeing as it has been released. And this has meant that I was a little bit rusty on the game when I first jumped on. But as we come across the line now, we go fastest in Q1. And that was enough to get us P14 in the session. I didn't bother doing many more times. But like I say, I'm just sort of acclimatising to the circuit at the moment, really. And that's the same goes for Q2 as we whack on a set of the soft tyres once again. Come across the line for only 9th fastest, so it's a little bit of a disappointing time. So we're going to go for another time lap straight away as we hit that apex beautifully at turn 1. And we're just sort of getting used to the handling model once again. And yeah, just sort of getting back into the swing of things. Didn't do a lot of running in practice. There were no R&D objectives. So didn't really do too much running in practice. I don't really feel as if practice is a big indication of what you're going to be doing in qualifying. That's just my own opinion though. The times do seem to be quite a bit slower. As you can see, we've backed out of this lap, seeing as we got a bit of a tank slapper on the exit of one of the turns. So we're just sort of bringing it around to do another timed lap once again. And as we come through turn 8 now, we've lost the rear end and we've gone flying and we're going to go into the wall. We've lost an end plate and we're going to get us back to the garage as quickly as possible to try and get some repairs done. But it wasn't enough, lads. We're out of qualifying 2. We're in P14. We were nowhere near Kamui Kobayashi's time that was required to get out of Q2. And that is an absolute disaster for us. We're going to be starting from P14, the 7th row of the grid. The team want us to finish 15th. I've got expectations a little bit higher than that. But as you can see, it is raining for the race. We've got intermediate conditions. A 99% chance of rain, which means that rain ain't going to be stopping anytime soon. And as we go out to the grid for the Turkish Grand Prix, going around this Istanbul Park circuit for the final time, we have got our very, very first wet race of the 2011 season. We took pole position last time, but lost 5 positions in the course of the race. Maybe we'll be doing the reverse of that today, going from 14th up into the points. And here we are then on the grid for the start of the Turkish Grand Prix. And Season 2 of the Ultimate Career is back. We've got the lights, and it's 5 lights, and away we go for the Turkish Grand Prix. Like I say, it's a wet start to the race. We're going to be oh so careful not to damage the car, and we've just got to be really careful as we tiptoe into turn 1. No damage has been had. We've made it 1 position, and we know how cautious the AI are at the start, so it's a pretty poor start from us. But like I say, we don't want to go spinning early on, as we're maybe looking down the inside of Perez here, making him know that we're there as we get a snap of oversteer. And now we chuck it down the inside, and we've got up to P12 now, as that's Nico Rosberg moving slowly, and we've got past him for P11. And now we've got Nick Heidfeld in front of us. Get past him and we will be into the points paying positions. We dive it down the inside. And that is it for P10. And as we just correct the car nicely as we come up to the famous Turn 8 complex, We've got Hami Alguersuari ahead of us, but we've got to be oh so careful on that throttle, like a feather pressing down on it. And like I say, we've just got so much oversteer going into there, as was evident. And now, as we come down to the end of the second sector, we just don't seem to have the speed in a straight line. Obviously, this Cosworth engine isn't really giving us the speed that we want in a straight line. But like I say, this final sector, we seem to be gaining quite a bit of time. And, well, not on the straights, that's for sure, as Heidfeld is catching us. But we can hopefully catch up to Alguersuari in this little complex at the end, and we're going to dive it down the inside of Alguersuari for 9th place. That full steering lock is really helping us as we get past Massa as well for P8. We may even get Kobayashi for P7. That would be great to end the first lap. We've got to be patient with Kamui as we go down the inside of him. And at turn 7, we're up to P7 now, and we've gone purple obviously on lap 2, seeing as our lap 1 times are quite evidently going to be slower. But as we cut now to lap 5, we've got Lewis Hamilton ahead of us. And as we're maybe going to take a look around the inside of him, his teammate is just ahead. He's slotting in behind. We're going to go round the outside maybe. No, we're not. We're going to come into the pit lane. We're going to go for the undercut and see whether it works. We really don't want to get ourselves stuck behind those guys. Stuck in the turbulent air for a lap. Or maybe come in for a new set of tyres. It's a non-brainer, or it's a no-brainer really, as we're putting on a fresh set of those intermediate tyres. It's not going to be full wet conditions. If anything, it looks as if it's drying up a little bit. I don't think it's going to be time for the dry tyres at the end of the race, but we are definitely not going to be needing the full wets. So as we come out in P16 as Buemi just sneaks out ahead, we're going to have to really put the hammer down this lap. And as you can see, we've got a flood of cars in the pit lane. Lap 6 is the most common time to be pitting, as we've got Paul di Resta now on our inside. We're going to see who's going to emerge ahead of us and whether we're going to emerge ahead of the McLarens. Lovely move there on Paul di Resta. And as you can see, we've got a car ahead of us. It's Sebastian Vettel. So we've jumped one of the McLarens. I believe it was Lewis Hamilton who came in on that lap. So we have jumped Hamilton. And we are actually in a net P3, I believe, at the moment. And as we come through this section, we're really gaining on Vettel. We run a little bit wide there, but we use his slipstream to good effect as we go around the outside of him, hopefully, into this final complex where we've been so much faster. That's Perez braking, and we're just going to have to negotiate him. We do, and then Vettel emerges on our inside. It looks as if we're going to get round him, though. We do. We get past Sebastian Vettel, and now it looks as if we've got a real good chance of getting on the podium. And as you can see, we've gone purple that lap. And we are in P2 now. It is just Fernando Alonso who is ahead of us in the race. Fantastic stuff from ourselves. Really is fantastic. And as you can see, we've set the fastest lap of the race. And come the end of lap 8, we are starting to get onto the tail of Alonso. And what a blistering lap that was. We've gone nearly 2 seconds quicker than our previous best. And we are really being suited to these conditions. We've just managed to find that nice balance between the throttle and the turning. And this track, I absolutely love it. I really do. We're really starting to find the balance now. And as we're really draining that KERS battery at the end of lap 10, are we going to be able to get past Fernando Alonso for the lead of this race? Hopefully we can do it, but we go down the inside. What a move that was. A little bit of a dive bomb, but I'm not quite sure why Alonso braked so early. We're up into P1 nonetheless, and now we've just got to try and dominate the rest of this race. And what can we do is we've got a lap of fuel to burn as well. And now come the, oh my word, we're midway through lap 12 and we've got a real tank slapper on there. We've got just over 1 sector to go until we take our first victory of the season, this 10-race season, and we've got a whole bar of KERS to drain. And that's a good job because we've got Fernando Alonso just behind us. Is he going to be brave enough to make a move? I think we should have it covered, seeing as we're far superior in the final sector. But he's taking a look around the outside. We take that inside line to block him off. And now we've just got a couple of corners remaining. We hit our apexes, hopefully, just nicely. And we come out of the final turn, take a glance behind us. And we are going to take the victory here in Turkey. We've won our first race of the season. And that is 25 points on the board for the Turkish Grand Prix. We've taken victory. There's confirmation of the race result. As you can see, we've taken 25 points closer to our second world title. Sebastian Vettel in second place with Fernando Alonso there in third. And then we've got Mark Webber down in fourth place. As you can see, we've got Nick Heidfeld and Kamui Kobayashi both coming home with points. So good jobs from them. No notable people retiring from the race. And now we have got the Drivers' Championship up on the screen. And as you can see, it's looking pretty good for us at the moment. We are up there in second place, just 3 points off Sebastian Vettel. And we've got a nice 18-point cushion back to Felipe Massa. With the two Ferraris in third and fourth in the standings. But now, as we move on to the Constructors, you can see that Red Bull are leading the way on 55 points from ourselves, the only person to have scored in the Williams. We're on 40 points. Ahead of Ferrari, who are in fact just behind us in the championship. Both the drivers and the constructors, they're on 37 points. Only the new teams not to get off the mark at the moment. And yeah, so like I say, it's been a pretty good race for us. And as you can see, we're on the podium to celebrate our victory. And we have got some XP, which is good. But it's 25 points more importantly for us. And we look absolutely ecstatic. Kudos to Sebastian Vettel for congratulating us. And I hope you guys enjoyed the return of the Ultimate Career. It's been fantastic to bring it back. I'll be bringing back F1 2010 career mode in the next few days. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys enjoy the sort of retro feel. I'm the only guy in the F1 community to do such unique series. So subscribe if you haven't already. And as you can see, we've got an interview going on in the background with David Croft. But that just about concludes today's episode, guys. I'll see you next time for the Monaco Grand Prix. We've got a 50% race coming up for that. I hope you enjoyed today. I hope you tune in then for that race. But until then, guys, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.